Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I believe I have audio coming in, and Ben has some audio as well. Say some words, Ben.
I'll say words. I will say, I don't know if this is on my end or on your end. You were very stuttery, when you were saying that, like it was cutting in and out, but that might just
I
be
think I'm okay now. It was just when
me.
I was switching. Do I
Cool.
sound better now?
Yeah, there was another brief little, I guess chat. If you're hearing audio issues with Zorn, let us know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
Wolf Killer Lestat asks, how are the hosts with the mosts? It's hard
I
to
wouldn't
say.
know.
How are you,
I wouldn't say I
Ben?
have the most.
It's
I'm
Tuesday.
good. It's Tuesday.
It's a
I'm good.
Tuesday.
I'm seeing the new Spider-Man movie tonight. I'm excited about that.
You haven't seen it yet?
Yeah. No. That's why I'm saying I'm seeing it tonight.
Well, you could be seeing it a second time. I want to see it a
That's
second
fair. That's
time.
that's fair.
I
It came
couldn't.
out this weekend.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
waited. I don't know how you waited. I'm sure things were spoiled for you already.
A couple, I think only one thing has been spoiled for me, but it was
I
also
mean, there's only one
like not
major
a
thing, but
huge one.
I'm not saying what it is, even though now that I've seen it, my social media feed is all stuff about it. And I'm
Sure.
like, oh, okay. Goodness. Oh, we got so many glorious folks here. Audio's good, video's good. Thank you, Michael.
Peter
Um,
Banks Ned. Finally. I'm happy for oh, Michael removed that as I read it.
oh goodness. I say,
Um I'm happy Andrew Garfield finally got his bisexual Peter.
I'm sorry, what? Is that what happens in the
Andrew
new movie?
Garfield and Andrew Garfield, well, he said Peter Bangs Ned.
What?
Never mind. Don't worry about
I
it.
don't know what's going on right now. I'm trying to read the chat.
I
I
was
need
reading the chat.
uh
Anyway, I'm
Mio
seeing
needs
that
to
tonight.
see
I've been rewatching the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies
how do
in lead
you
up
how
to
do you
this.
feel about the we're going to do a little Spider-Man talk before we dive into the horror news as we as we like to do. Uh but I'm seeing so much hate for
The old ones?
yeah, the old ones.
Old ones. I
Well,
mean, I've always had very mixed feelings for the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
really?
Yeah, I think that. Oh, I'm hearing myself echo. Why am I hearing myself echo?
Do you have the
I don't
video
know.
stream on? No.
I might. I don't.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know what that is. If anyone else is hearing that, let me know. I think that um, the first two. I mean, I don't like Far From Home. I like Homecoming fine enough. I think I think it's easier for me to appreciate them now because I know that that they were kind of doing like a these three movies are an origin for Peter thing, which I don't
Mhm.
necessarily like. I don't think that's what it kind of feels to me the same way that I'm like season 8 of Doctor Who was I didn't like because I was like this isn't really the Doctor. It
Mhm.
feels more like you're writing Sherlock Holmes. But they fixed that in season 9, so it's easier for me to go back and like take it as it is.
Mhm.
Whereas in the moment, I was like, this just feels like you're going in a bad direction. And that's kind of how I feel with the Holland Home trilogy, where I'm like, I don't like the discount Tony Stark stuff. I don't I don't like how easy he gets off with things. Like it feels like a lot of the stakes just kind of aren't there. Like Homecoming is a good example where I'm like, he'll do something, he'll prioritize Spider-Man over his personal life, which is good, but then they'll kind of just like write it off or sweep it under the rug. Like there's no significant consequences, and I'm like,
Well, there are no
I don't know. To
consequences in high school.
yeah,
It's high school.
but
It's high
sure.
school. It's not like because the girl, was whatever, she's moving away and her dad's a supervillain. She's got more things to deal with than a boy who stood her up at a dance.
And that's fair. I'm just also like, I don't know. It feels like everything he does, no one's really that mad at him. People get over
Because
it
he's
quite
so
quickly.
charming.
He's actively not.
I
He is
love him.
canonically a very awkward man.
Not canonically.
Everyone
I'm
says
talking
it.
about Tom Holland's.
Oh yeah, Tom Holland's very charming.
I'm saying this is for me. I'm one in the comics where I love it when they mess with standard Spider-Man. I love Superior Spider-Man. I love the Clone Saga. I love it when they change things and break the system. And so I didn't want to see the same Peter. I like Andrew Garfield. I think his Peter was too emo, and like this Peter's a little more awkward, and that's what I like about him. And he's high school.
No,
he's high school age Peter.
I think Tom Holland is a very good Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I just don't love those movies. I think they're clunky at times too. Like Far From Home, I think is a better movie if you take out the Edith glasses. And not even a movie that really needs to change in any significant way. I think you can do almost every single thing in that movie basically beat for beat without the Edith glasses, and it would be a much better movie for it. I think that No Way Home takes way too long to get to the meat of it. Like it just treads water for like an hour. Yeah, I think they're good. I just think that they're flawed.
Interesting.
And
I thought they were universally liked as the Spider-Man movies, and I loved Homecoming. As I've said, it's the first movie that surprised me in theaters in a long time, with the reveal of the Vulture being her dad. I will say Far From Home, yeah, it's the weaker of them. No Way Home is pure Spider-Man fan service love and is delightful and makes me cry every time Andrew Garfield catches MJ. So
I think
I'm emotionally connected to all of them. And this new one, if you didn't like the other ones, I think you'll like this one.
This one I'm excited for. It seems like it's going to be much more in the wheelhouse.
This is more the Peter Parker that people want.
And No Way Home ended with me being like, I like where they're putting Peter with like, he doesn't have access to resources. I like No Way Home once it gets going. Like I will be the defender that is like, I don't really think the two Peter Parker, like the additional Peter Parkers being in it is fan service. I think it does a very good job of like serving the narrative. Like it's not just cameos for cameo's sake.
No. 100% they are to show Peter different paths that he could take, and it's still, and that's what I loved about it, is it's still intrinsically his story, and the swap with Aunt May instead of Uncle Ben. In this universe, we don't know what happened to Uncle Ben. We have no idea.
No, I'm so confused by that.
I'm so confused by what's going on with Uncle Ben. I do hope if they do another movie that they kind of address just like, what happened? Because he alludes like, whatever happened with Ben, and then we never hear about it. So he didn't obviously affect him as much because that became Aunt May's role.
Seemingly. We're in Homecoming and she's like...
She's dating, she's over there, she's binging and zapping and having a good time. Yeah, and I like the Mysterio twist. I thought that was actually a good way of doing Mysterio, but I don't know.
No, I think Mysterio's great. Like I really think my biggest issue with Far From Home is just the glasses. I think you could do that story where it is still Mysterio is trying to con people. Peter ends up in a fight alongside him in Venice. He comes to trust this guy. Mysterio, but he wants to be Spider-Man with, like he doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He wants to be on vacation with his friends. But he still has the scene where he learns that Mysterio's faking it. Like I don't think you need the Edith glasses.
Yeah, he's just so intrinsically tied to Tony Stark, and they wanted it to be a mourning film. Like it's the first movie after Tony died, so they had to address that in the MCU.
I agree. I think my problem is just that the glasses feel like they're trying to externalize it. They're trying to like create a MacGuffin to like represent Peter's struggle, and I'm like, no, just let him internally be grappling with the loss of Tony. You don't need the glasses. I think the glasses just kind of cheapen the emotional arc.
Welcome to Damage Control,
anyway,
where we talk about Spider-Man.
Is that, are you purposefully calling it Damage Control instead of Damage Report?
Yes, because that's what's in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's
okay, just making sure.
A big part of the next movie, so you'll see that. All right, now we've spent 10 minutes on Spider-Man. Let's get into some horror news, shall we? Thanks everyone for listening to our little Spider-Man and all the love in the chat. Michael's in there. He's like, oh man, people hate those Amazing Spider-Man movies, which I do not. I do not hate them.
I think that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better than people give it credit for.
I think so. I tend to pick out there's so much good in there that you take out all the world building stuff they were like forced to add in there. It was just overstuffed, and the Goblin just wasn't working.
I rewatched it a few years ago, and I was like, oh, like the bad stuff is really bad, but the good stuff I thought was
the opening
good.
of it is fantastic, where he's falling and then it turns into his logo and then his back, and he's like such a great quippy Spider-Man. It was so much fun. Anyway, now we're here looking at Thimbleweed Park 2. Oh, I am very excited for this. This is in my wheelhouse.
Me too.
I don't know if did you play Thimbleweed Park?
I didn't. It's been on my wish list for a long time because I think you and I are both very excited. Did you play it?
Oh, I played it. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think you and I are both people with a lot of attachment to this for very specific, different reasons.
Okay.
Because I know, are a big Monkey Island fan.
Oh, God, yes. Ron Gilbert.
Yes.
So this was created as co-creators Gary Winnick and Ron Gilbert. Ron Gilbert did the Monkey Island series, one of my absolute favorite series of all time. And I guess it's been 9 years. Yeah, 9 years since the last one that they kickstarted. I backed the Kickstarter for sure. And it's very X-Files. Like, you can see that it's very much the two characters there are, let's say, Skulder and Mully. But yeah, why are you attached to this one?
Well, after Ron Gilbert made the Monkey Island games, he created a little company, maybe you've heard of it, called Humongous Entertainment. And oh, baby, Humongous Entertainment.
Yes.
A staple, I think an unsung game studio, game publisher. They might have been full publisher, but they also developed games. Humongous Entertainment, of course, made the Putt point and click games, made the Freddy Fish point and click games.
Say his name. Say the one I know.
Pajama Sam?
Pajama Sam! I had a Pajama Sam standee in my house.
Oh my God.
We would go, in high school, we'd go dumpster diving. And that was one thing that was behind, it was probably like a CompUSA or something, some computer store. And we had this full thing. It was a big carrot and it had Pajama Sam on it. And he became an inside joke with all of us, all of my friend group. And we would have my buddy Dave do a voice for Pajama Sam and just say, Pajama Sam, we're going to a play tonight. You should probably put on something. No, just pajamas. Well, it's a really formal affair. We better put something on. Oh, I only have pajamas.
Is this where you learned your pants bit?
No, that just naturally happened from writing the first Tremors thing.
Yes. Yeah, Pajama Sam, they did Spy Fox. They did the one that's most personal to me is the Blue's Clues point and click games, because those are the ones that I played the other ones at friends' houses or at like computer class at school. The Blue's Clues ones were the ones that I remember owning. And then also they did the backyard games, so like backyard baseball, backyard soccer. Humongous Entertainment rules. And I love Ron Gilbert. So this has been on my list for a long time because I am like, yeah, I've never played the Monkey Islands. I should play the Monkey Islands.
Oh my God, yes.
I love those humongous point and click games.
Monkey Island games are so lovely. I want to figure out a reason that I can play them on stream for the channel at some point. I could probably get away with Day of the Tentacle, but maybe not. And Emmer Lee Grace was asking if I should play the Walking Dead Telltale games, which I did. I played all of them on the Patreon. Did you
play all of them? I thought you only played season 1.
Season 1, sorry. I played the entire season 1 on the Patreon. So those have been played, and I would still like to kill count them. They're on a list to be able to be done. Yes, Liam, you do need to play Monkey Island yourself. And even the Return to Monkey Island, the newest one that came out, was fantastic. Telltale did a series of Monkey Island games as well that were also good. Dominic Armato, fantastic voice actor as Guybrush Threepwood. And Guybrush Threepwood is just one of the best names ever. That's why the set is called Reapwood Manor. It's after Guybrush Threepwood, and I just made it creepier.
Sure.
So this is looking to come out in 2028. So we've got a few years to go, but we'll need to replay this game. Yeah, because it's been a minute, so I don't remember a lot of the stuff in there, but I did remember enjoying it. And
I feel like I always I think it varies with murder mysteries, but I feel like a lot of murder mysteries give me like horror adjacent vibes. Like I feel like it's I don't know. It feels tonally similar to me, I guess. You know?
So you're saying that you and I can play Thimbleweed Park on a stream then?
That's exactly the argument that I'm making.
Yay! I mean, it starts with a dead body, so
yeah,
that works for me. Yes, Guybrush Threepwood was a costume in Star Wars II: The Force Unleashed, and I 100% in the sequel, Part 2. Yeah, it was Guybrush Threep Killer or something like that. I loved it. All right, over to Phasmophobia, the board game. We know Phasmophobia. Are we still under NDA about any of the stuff that we saw?
We're not.
We're not?
No.
Okay.
That cleared in like July.
They cleared in July?
June.
Yeah, because they've got a lot of fun stuff coming because they're revamping the whole game and adding a lot more stuff into it for their
Phasmophobia 1.0.
Yeah, 1.0, which I don't think has come out yet.
No, that's like next year, I think.
Yeah. 13 Willow Lane. We got a tour of that. I just like to be able to talk about things we couldn't talk about on the podcast.
Because the embargo was so far out from Games Fest, which like do what you guys got to do. But in terms of like getting us to be able to talk about what we saw, I'm like, I feel like we wasted your time.
Yeah, I was like, we were here and they were lovely people. It was our first one that we did, and it was a little awkward because it was kind of just like a PowerPoint presentation. And the guy talking to us was probably one of the developers or someone who was just like, what do you guys want to know? And we weren't as familiar with it. So I was like, I don't know what to ask. So we got to go to a tour. I think that was the
biggest issue
of Willow Street.
I think we were also their first meeting of the entire
entire thing.
So it was like we roll up. It's like 10 a.m. It's their first meeting of the entire Games Fest. And they're like, how well do you know Phasmophobia? And we were like, we don't.
Yeah, I played it once. I should play it more,
that my friend met her boyfriend from playing it. That's all I got.
That's a good story to have, though.
Yeah.
But what they showed is amazing. Their ghost designs, creating more personal stories for them. So I'm excited for that. And then I'm excited that there's now a board game, which looks very Betrayal. House on... Is it House on the Haunted Hill? It's House on the Hill. Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
I think it's House on the Haunted Hill.
House on the Haunted Hill?
Or maybe it is House on the... I don't know.
Because then there's the movie, House on the Haunted Hill.
I know. It's that TV show.
Yes.
Or is it both?
No, it was a movie originally, and then adapted to a TV show.
Because I know, this case adaptations. IP.
Anyway, so they've got a board game that they limited pre-orders for the deluxe edition are once again available, but I've got to be fast. Oh, so I got to go fast if I want to do this. 3 ghost standees. We get 20-page behind-the-scenes booklet. 24 ghost profiles that glow in the dark. Ooh,
that's cool.
Glow in the dark box with embroidered pull tab. Ooh, a pull tab. That means it's a real fancy. It is Betrayal at House on the Hill. That's the game from 2004. Cursed cards. Yeah. All right. So basically, this is just saying, go and pre-order this glorious game. Using the ghost behavior board, the ghost actions become unpredictable, driven by abilities presenting ever-changing challenges that take a psychological toll. Love it. Working on figuring out how to do board games on this channel. It's an ever-growing thing, since a lot of folks wanted to see us play Camp Grizzly, and I want to play Camp Grizzly.
Yeah. And I want to be able to play more.
Like I would happily play Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
There's a Dead by Daylight game I've never gotten to play.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if we wanted to really just...
How will I force Magic the Gathering in? Will I just be like, I can be like, oh, I'm only buying the horror cards?
Yeah, if you make decks that are just purely,
because they
have horrific characters.
They have horrific characters. They also have like specific horrific, like horror, because every pack is like a different theming. So they have horror themed packs. So I could just be like building exclusively from this pack. And that's how I justify using dead meat money to buy Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. John Lon corrected me that House on Haunted Hill, that's the movie, and then The Haunting of Hill House is the show.
Um,
I swear to God that they were adaptations and just different names, but I could be
there's
wrong.
too many houses.
There is. But House on Haunted Hill, I think, was a Vincent Price movie originally. And then it became, a good old almost early 2000s Jeffrey Rush horror movie. All right, so Phasmophobia. I might look at see if the pre-orders are still open and grab a copy of that.
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, and next we've got Creepshow video game launches in what? 9 days? I haven't heard much about this. I think there's like a slight trailer for it. It's done by Dread XP and developer PHL Games. And they're releasing it on the 13th. There's no early release, it doesn't seem. It's coming out on Steam, PC. And let's see, inspired by the hit television series, executive produced by horror legend Greg Nicotero, which my buddy Michael Rousselet and other one Eric Sandoval wrote 3 episodes of the show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there are 3 episodes written by some 5SF alums. And I gave notes on one, and they ignored all of the notes. Rightfully so. It embraces the spirit of the beloved anthology franchise through self-contained tales of terror. So it seems like, again, there's not much known about this, and I'm curious if it's going to be multiple.
It is.
Here's chapter 1, here's chapter 2.
I'm looking at the Steam listing. It's Creepshow is a collection of twisted, self-contained tales where the humor is dark and the endings are not what you expected. Each story drops you into a nightmare with new characters, new horrors, and a fate that you won't see coming. Follow Danny and his friends as a bad day at the mall turns into something much worse. Their search for the truth of what happened to Danny's father turns dark as they uncover sinister secrets. Fate brings Danny to the Reader, a mysterious fortune teller who has a taste for treacherous tales. Expect pulp-inspired visuals, a tone that plays up the camp without losing its wit, and endings that hit hard. The horror here isn't just trying to scare you, it's about enjoying the whole thing a little too much. Features all the thrills and chills you expect from Shudder's Creepshow, play through one overarching narrative with 2 additional self-contained stories. Stylized. So I think like the Danny stuff is the overarching narrative, and then there's 2 standalone anthology stories within it.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks very Telltale in visuals. It's like the comic pop art style.
I see the moments, like even the top here, we see the Telltale, not Telltale. I mean, it is very Telltale, like kind of Walking Dead kind of style with the lines drawn on top of the kind of cell shaded characters, but then they also have the backgrounds from Creepshow, the big, moments of comic book stuff in there. I'll just be honest, my initial impression is I'm not hearing a lot about the actual game. It seems a lot of marketing hype in all the readings of things. But I'm interested to check it out. I absolutely will. But it's weird that I haven't heard more of it, and it's coming out in 9 days.
Yeah, it is strange. I wonder if, since this is a PC-only release, it seems like right now, if they're doing the PC release without a ton of fanfare,
and then console release.
With the console release, want to do like a big push then, because I understand the logic to a degree of like, if you do a big marketing push twice, will it confuse people?
Hi, Syndril Bloom. Good to see you. I wish we got another Creepshow movie, says the Dylan Dad. No, you don't. After part 3, does everyone remember part 3? Did anyone watch part 3? I think that's one of the reasons that it hasn't been covered on the kill count.
How much Creepshow is there?
There are
Just a TV show.
There are 3 movies. Well, sorry, there's 2 movies and a third thing. It's digital video and like the cheapest. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to watch. But technically there is a Creepshow 3, and then there's either 3 or 4 seasons of the TV show. At least 3, for sure.
Okay.
I can't remember if they did a 4th. Which I think their seasons are like 6 episodes a season with like 2 stories per episode.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh, Syndril Bloom doesn't know what Creepshow is. Creepshow is an anthology movie done by George Romero and Stephen King. And the first one is fantastic. It is 5 stories. The second one, I still enjoy. It's down to 3 stories. There were 2 stories that were cut. One of them ended up in Tales from the Dark Side. Tales from the Dark Side being another fantastic anthology movie. Tales from the Dark Side just borrowed the cat one from part 2. That was originally supposed to be part 2, and then they put that in Tales from the Dark Side. But no, it wasn't actually part 3, as far as I'm aware. So there you go. There is that. So Creepshow's coming, and I will add that to the list. Do we have an actual list that you're adding things to, Ben?
No, but I can.
Ask Moreland to do it. He's a scientist. He's back there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a little stiff.
Mm-hmm. Well, with all the genocide.
Jesus Christ.
The Krogan genocide is a whole plot point in that.
That's true. That's true.
That's true. I am literally just saying I understand Mass Effect. All right. So what do we got here? Who's this guy? I've never seen him before in my life. This blonde, swoopy-haired guy in a furry coat. Oh, look at that. Resident Evil Requiem surpasses 8 million units sold. And Resident Evil 2 Remake is now the highest selling in the franchise. And this just goes through all the figures. So 8 million on Resident Evil Requiem, which is what? 4 months old now? How many months old is that?
It came out in like February?
Yeah.
So 6? Yeah.
All right. And then they go through the numbers of things that Resident Evil 2 has sold 19.75 million copies.
That's crazy.
Almost 20 million copies. Now, I know that it goes on sale and it's discounted or whatever, but if that is the $60 price tag,
sure,
that's $1.1 trillion that game has made. $1 billion. Right? $1 billion. Sorry, not trillion. $1 billion.
Resident Evil Requiem and Resident Evil 2 collectively have made more money than any human being on Earth has ever had in their life. You heard it from Zorn first.
Yeah, it's just, we never get, like, we don't get box office numbers. Like, we always hear box office numbers, like, it's the biggest opening, it's this. And then when a game comes out, it just fucking murders box office numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really sad that we're getting so much firing in the industry as well. Because a lot of these things are doing really well. Even Resident Evil 7, 18 million. Resident Evil 6, 17 million. Resident Evil 4, 16 million. It doesn't say it in this article, but I saw another one also that was saying Resident Evil 4 is the most successful remake of this console generation. Because Resident Evil 2, I believe, came out in the last generation. It was like a PS4 So you're
remake.
saying the PS5 generation?
So the PS5 generation, Resident Evil 4 is the most successful remake to be released.
Well, PS5
Like
generation.
of any remake.
The first one would be Resident Evil 3, which didn't.
No, not Resident Evil remakes. Remakes.
Oh, just remakes.
Period. Just any game remake. Resident Evil 4 is the most successful remake.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume that would be it. I mean, what else? Are they counting like The Last of Us remastered as a remake?
I'm sure they are. I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag would probably be a strong contender if it was out for more time. Yeah. I'm sure that'll probably start to be in competition with RE4 at some point. I am struggling to think of other examples, but so many remakes are getting made nowadays. I'm sure there's a million that exist.
Hi, Rachy Devil. Hope you had a good dinner. All right. So it made a lot of money. And then we get a movie. It's coming out September 16th. Really? It says September 16th. Is that correct?
What are you looking at?
It was at the end of the article. It just said that the Resident Evil movie comes out the 16th. I thought it was the 18th, but maybe I'm crazy.
I think you're right. That's the 18th.
Or are they just counting because is it coming out on a Wednesday?
Possible. Or it could be like it could be where they do like the special early release ticket where it's like one, I don't know.
All right. So the world's gone to hell, but you still have to go to work. Just like this horror game, HR Human Remains. I really assume that joke has been made before, but if not, well done. HR is Human Remains. It depicts a world that's falling apart as you're stuck at a job you hate, if you can fathom such a scenario. So Another job sim.
Another job sim. We're reporting the exclusive from GameSpot that's coming out on September 22nd.
Awesome. Wow,
Um,
that's soon too. Jesus. All right.
I I'm mostly including it because GameSpot did like we have a special because like there's so many of these, but I feel like
Okay.
most of them don't get covered that much. The fact that GameSpot was like we have an exclusive, I'm like okay maybe this game is gonna be a bit weightier.
I'm gonna play the muted trailer in the background while I
Please
look at some
do.
of this. Once we get past johnsoncontrols.com. When I was younger, my Johnson controlled me. Not anymore. Anyway, uh, yep, looks PS1 style graphics that we've got there. Power outages. Oh, awful, horrible things happening. There was a character named A. Holstein and a big spider. Yes, there's some kind of weird spider and eyeballs. And man, this is a fast cut trailer. And now it's telling me to stop. Looks interesting.
I disassociated after that last joke.
You should disassociate from any of my jokes. I apologize. Solve puzzles, hidden places. It sounds sort of like 3 parts Hellraiser, 1 part Office Space.
Okay, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, September
I
22nd. Dennis
I feel
Corner.
like on one hand there are so many like workplace
Mm-hmm.
horror sims lately, but I'm also like I feel like part of the reason we get so many of them is because we have not gotten one that like fully hits it yet.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of developers are like they're reaching for what makes it work.
I guess. I mean, are we counting FNAF as a workplace simulator?
Well,
It basically is.
yeah, I guess it is.
It's like one of
Yeah.
the earlier workplace simulators that's
I
mascot horror as
saw
well. There's
I
another one called
saw
Dollmare.
I forget what it was, but it was like a post or a tweet or something. I saw something from someone being like gothic horror, like haunted Victorians and stuff like that was created because it was a generation dealing with kind of the the collapse of what they've known. And to
Mm,
them what they knew was like Victorian mansions and stuff like that. Like that was the kind of like fading relic.
okay.
And FNAF and Backrooms is this generation's version of that, where it's
Hmm.
like abandoned malls and abandoned like Chuck E. Cheese's is kind of our Victorian mansions.
It's the same level as an old empty venture store.
Yeah,
Uh, Seamaster Heart, you didn't miss anything crazy yet, except for our dissecting of the Tom Holland
our
Spider-Man
Spider
films.
Talk.
Our
Yeah,
Spider
I
Talk
didn't
for
say it,
science.
but I do love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. Those are my favorite.
I do, but I don't know. I have such an affinity for. Yeah, I like 2. Obviously, the Doc Ock one is the best of them. I rewatched 1 and it's a little. There's moments that are like, okay, not as good as I remember, and
Sure.
3 is a
That,
mess
yeah.
of stuff, but
We
I
don't need to
still
talk
take
about
the
three.
good anyway. But I was saying there's also, when we're talking about the shop games, there's the shop games where this one seems to be you're just working there and then creepy things are happening, and then there's the shop games where, like Shift at Midnight, where you have to figure out if someone is human or not. That's also like, no, I'm not a human or things, but there's like weird customers and it's more of a customer interaction. This seems
Sure.
like you're kind of just doing stuff in an abandoned building and then there's like a spider monster thing coming after you.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot of more of they go in hand in hand with the deduction of like, what is this customer? Can we trust them? Oh, you let them go. You're being attacked now. All right. So next up, we have, for the first time, Doom and its composer will melt faces in real life. The legendary composer says years of planning, a full orchestra, and Radar Festival finally made the long-awaited show possible. Composer Mick Gordon is set to play the soundtrack. Now, this is the original, not the original. This is for the later 2016 Doom Eternal, that they're going to be doing that soundtrack, because the original was Bobby Prince, and sadly he passed away earlier this year. So R.I.P. Bobby. Thank you for that original Black Sabbath inspired Doom 1, Doom 2 soundtrack that then he walked so that our good friend here, Mick Gordon, could run, and you can run and get tickets to see this live in concert.
That's exciting. I think the Doom soundtrack kind of absolutely rips.
Oh, it's hand in hand with, like, that's what makes it so special, is you're chainsawing to get health and ripping things in half, shotgunning, and then you got this music behind you. I mean, if it was, Kenny G happening back there, it'd probably be a different style game. Just a little.
Those are our two options.
Clarinet.
What if we didn't have
Kenny G? And Kenny G's like, hold on, I need my monies. I'm Kenny G.
That's why you can't tell, but under the Doom guy's helmet, he is Kenny G. That was how Kenny G got his royalties.
You know what? I accept this lore for the Doom guy. Let's see what we got here. All right, so check that out. Oh, did it say the date? Sorry, for the concert. Nope, just talking about him. Come on, end of article. Yeah, Radar Festival takes place July 30th and August 1st, 2027. So next year. So this is for next year. You can sign up.
You got a whole year to plan a foreign trip if you don't live there.
There's a link there to sign up for your mailing list for 25% off tickets. And Gordon's currently working on the soundtrack to the upcoming game Defect. I don't know that one. All right. So what do we got now? Diablo 4 will finally let you play the same character each season. After 15 seasons, they said, okay, you can play the same character. Did you play Diablo 4?
No.
Or have you really done any of the Diablos?
No. I think I tried Diablo 3.
Diablo 3 I absolutely loved and played many, many, many times. I never got into the big, like the min-maxing aspect of it and really grinding into that. I just enjoyed it because it was just fun. The different character play styles. I loved killing so many things, getting different power sets. And that was one of the few games that I could play with Megan. Because she loves just beat 'em up, kind of top-down things that she doesn't have to rotate a camera or anything and just runs around. And I think she was the witch doctor with her little zombie doggies and having a good time.
Camera controls are always the biggest issue with people who didn't grow up playing games.
It's also an issue as I tried playing Perfect Dark last night on the Nintendo Switch, and it's mapped to old N64 things where you would like control with the stick, and then you'd use the yellow buttons as like your camera. Those were your camera buttons for strafing, and it does not work with modern controls, but you can adjust all of them, so I made it feel a little more modern that I could actually turn. And then I got lost and I decided I should go to bed. So yeah, Diablo doesn't let you normally reset your character. You start a whole new character each season and just level up. But now you'll be able to bring in old characters, but it will do a rebirth. So
that makes sense.
They will.
I'm kind of shocked that this system wasn't there to begin with.
The fact that they're still going 15 seasons is pretty impressive. That they're still supporting the game and keep going through it. I played through Diablo 4 once, the original full story, and enjoyed it, had a great time, but then did not really return for future seasons because there were so many things.
Ooh. Sounds like audio is being funky.
Audio completely down?
See, Master Heart says it was lagging, but they refreshed and it was fine.
I think refreshing would be best.
We do have 3 people reporting this now.
On my end, I see nothing here. Let me look over at the...
Everyone try refreshing.
Everyone try refreshing. I will
while we wait, I don't have a mug of the day because I was out of coffee beans, so I had to go down to my local coffee shop. But I do have an album of the day instead. Today I'm listening to Because of the Internet by Childish Gambino.
Yeah. The voice of Yoshi.
That's true.
I watched the Super Mario Galaxy movie last night. It was a movie.
I like Yoshi. I didn't see the movie. I just like Yoshi.
I like Yoshi. I don't like him as Yoshi.
Wait. I also have Yoshi.
Oh. I really wish that Donald wasn't Yoshi. I really do.
Interesting.
Just, that's the voice actor in me going, Couldn't have gotten the original voice for
Oh,
Yoshi.
sure. Yeah.
Donald Glover, he doesn't talk. He just goes, Yoshi. And I'm like, great. Donald, you can do a pretty good Yoshi impression. But
no, like the broad criticism of all animated movie performances and like a lot of other stuff too, especially animated movie performances, are famous actors who are not trained to be voice actors is deeply true and deeply frustrating.
And it's fine. It's just, I was so aware that Donald Glover was Yoshi and that it wasn't just the original, they switched it up for Sonic as well. They at least kept the original voice actor for Tails in there, and I thought that was great.
I mean, we just had that with the Avatar movie, where it's like all the voice actors are not like it makes sense that you can't bring back all the voice actors from the TV show because a lot of them are like voice actors who were playing the voices as kids.
Yeah.
But like Steven Yeun was Zuko instead of Dante Bosco, and I'm like, Zuko's voice is so specifically iconic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Phoenix 2X, I also have the Yoshi and egg popcorn bucket as well. So yes, I was very happy to see Rosalina, who for years I called Rosalina, but I guess she's Rosalina.
She is Rosalina, yeah.
I've always called her Rosalina. That's just
fascinating.
Me. I mean, I've never heard, they don't talk in the game, so I never know what it is. And
I mean, no, that makes sense. I definitely, like, as a kid, looked at it and I was just like, that says Rosalina. Because I've never heard someone be called Rosalina. And I feel like I've heard, like, Rosalie.
I've never heard anyone called any of these things. I guess Isabella Rossellini would be the closest that I would have.
Or like
something like that.
Or like, I have a friend named Rosalie.
Maybe it's because I was watching so much Frasier and Roz is on there. So I just wanted to infuse Roz. Mm-hmm. Anyway, over here we have the long-awaited co-op zombie game is finally arriving next month. No More Room in Hell 2 is getting its 1.0 update alongside consoles. It has been playable on Steam and Epic's early access programs for a while now. It is a first-person zombie game played on a semi-open map and built for teams of up to 8 players. Okay, so it's a larger team than normally. Normally we're at the 4 or 5. If you never played the original, think Left 4 Dead, but slower and much harder. Oh, that doesn't sell me on it. I like the fast.
That kind of sells me on it.
Really?
A little. I mean, like, depending on like, what the slowness is. Like, is it just stealth? Are you
it's also
more? Is
less of a shooter than that Giant Titan, because making noise is sure to attract trouble. You're better off avoiding. It's stealthy.
So it's Last of Us.
No, I don't want stealth in my zombie games. I want murder.
I get that. I do find I don't dislike stealth, but stealth
especially when I'm with 7 of my friends and we're all just sneaking around.
I admire that it is a different game design rather than just trying to be the Left 4 Dead replacement. And I know a lot of people do like stealth. For me, my biggest issue is just that like stealth exhausts me. Not in like an I can't play it kind of way, just in like I can do maybe an hour of this at a time before needing a break. So in terms of a social game to play with friends, I don't know if that's
it looks
my
like
bag.
Tom Holland's in the background of this shot that I have here.
He gets around.
There he is, little Tom Holland right here. I don't know. Oh yeah, I mean the graphics look fantastic on this. Look, Tom Holland again. I swear to God, the zombie in the background is based on Tom Holland.
He has a Tom Holland-esque look to him. That might just be British though.
That's just in general. Let's see. The person writing the article, Mark Delaney, says, "For what it's worth, I love zombie games as much as anyone, and I've had a lot of fun with this one. I've only not sunk in many more hours into it yet because I'm waiting for the 1.0 release." Yeah, that makes sense. I tend to like to wait for the releases. I haven't played many early access.
The only early access I think I played was Hades 2.
You did do that. I waited. Yeah.
And I do kind of regret that a little bit, just because I'm like, I was in such a rhythm with it and then kind of hit the end of what was available and stopped, and I haven't circled back around to playing it because it's just like I just haven't circled back around to playing it because I fell out of it when I hit that wall, and I'm like, oh, maybe it would have been better to just start playing this once everything was there and be able to get all the way to the end.
I was very tempted by Baldur's Gate 3. My friend was playing early access and telling me all the cool stuff about it. And then I was like, yeah, but it's going to wipe my character and I can't invest that many hours into it and then go, all right, do it again. This comes out August 11th. No More Room in Hell 2, August 11th. All right. And we've got Microsoft brings ads to Xbox in a big new way and promises no gameplay interruption. Yeah, sure. Fine. Very cynical about ads.
I'm cynical about ads. This is also kind of coming off of an interesting. There's a few articles I saw these past couple weeks of studio or like publishers, Amazon, Xbox, all great companies, ethically sound
Really
companies.
just started small, really homegrown, just really staying true to their roots companies.
But they, multiple of them talking about cloud gaming, which obviously like they have significant financial investment in. Xbox has been pushing cloud gaming for a while. Amazon has been trying to get into cloud gaming, but with the trend towards increasing game prices or increasing console prices, they're hoping this is like their chance to finally make that push and be like, look, we're the economically sound one, you know? But aside from just I like owning things, I just also don't think people have the
You need the bandwidth. You need the
don't
internet.
have the bandwidth for that.
No,
Yeah.
there's not the bandwidth. I've tried it. There was I can't even remember. There was one of the original cloud gaming things was basically you just got a controller and a little box and you would stream things to it. And I cannot remember the name of it. I owned it and it just, there was lag. Ouya? Was it?
Was it Ouya?
That might have been it.
Ouya.
It was a weird name. And then I don't even remember what it was.
I bet it was Ouya.
I have to. I'm just so curious if it shows up. Was it on live? No. Man,
really it could have been on live.
I'm trying to see like a picture of. I'll probably recognize the controller of it. I think it was on live. Yes, I think it was on live.
Yeah, I remember on live too.
On live was the first thing that I tried, and then went nope. Just did
Stadia,
not.
Yeah, there was Stadia. Everyone fucking tried.
Yeah, everyone tried. I mean, they have the money to push for it. And I understand that this also is probably a reaction to the current crisis we're in with the RAM and hard drive. Like, we're getting close to another console generation, which is insane to me already, right? 6 years since PS5.
Yeah, I mean,
but it still wasn't as well adopted. I feel the PS5 was not as well adopted as previous generations. It was like, I'm going to stick with my PS4.
I mean, I think that the adoption rate of the PS5 at this point in its life cycle, I think, is around 95 million. I think the PS4 was around 106, maybe 116. So they're not super far off of each other. But the PS5 and like all of the current gen consoles suffer from the fact that they aren't going down in price. So you don't, the people who were like holding out to buy it cheaper or holding out for like a fundamental refresh of the hardware aren't really getting that. And I think that's holding it back. I also think that you kind of, the jump between PS2 to PS3 was so significant technologically. Yes. The jump between PS3 to PS4 was less. The jump between PS4 to PS5 was less. The longer we go, the less of a need it feels like there is to be refreshing at the rate we used to be refreshing.
Yeah, it's the difference between a lot of times was 1080p and 4K.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't see it, a difference in there. Now I do definitely see a difference between 4K, but then 8K, I'm like, 8K and 4K, I'm like, no, I'm not. You have to be in very specific situations to be able to see that. Like, you have to have the giantest screen to really notice something getting blown up.
And it's also the issue we're seeing with so many AAA games where it's like the more energy you put towards looking realistic, like looking hyper realistic, the more money and time you need to spend on it. So it's like I think that's kind of the weird thing too. In the PS3 era, I talk in reference of PlayStation because that's what I grew up with. In the PS3 era, you got 3 Uncharted games, you got 2 Infamous games, you got 3 Resistance games. And then you jump to the PS4 era and the PS5 era, and releases have slowed so fundamentally. Like, there's one Uncharted game that came out in the PS4 era. There's one Last of Us game
Yeah.
that came out in the PS4 era. So I think that, I was talking to James about like how busy his schedule is because he was like, if I'm not doing stuff all the time, if I'm just like sitting at home watching TV, time slips past you much faster. And I think that is a thing in the human brain. I do the same thing. I try to see people and go out a lot so that it feels like a lot's been happening. And I think it happens with consoles too, where when you are not getting three, you know, three video games in a franchise per console,
Mhm.
it doesn't feel like as much time has passed. I don't feel like the PS5 has been out for the same length of time that the PS3 had its entire life cycle, even though it has been.
Yeah. I will say the one thing that definitely was the jump up from PS5 is load times. Load times are
Sure,
insane. Like that, like graphically, yes, it does look nicer. Fortnite definitely looked nicer once I saw clouds and like particle-based clouds and like, oh, this is beautiful. But then it was the load times, like 100%. I was like, I'm glad I upgraded because I'm in and out. If a game crashes, that's the only way I played Cyberpunk was because it would crash and then I'd be able to get back into it very quickly because the load times were so good.
We've discussed I'm a big Monster Prom fan, and on the Switch, which I own Monster Prom on, the load time to like get into the game at the very beginning takes 10-15 minutes. It's insane.
That's ridiculous.
And I just bought a Switch 2 and I was telling my friend, and she's like, oh my God, what's the load time for Monster Prom on the Switch 2? And I'm like, I haven't tested it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be luxurious.
Nice. Michael's been playing a lot of Fortnite with the Punisher skin.
I'm not surprised.
John Barenthal, Punisher
Michael
skin.
loves Punisher.
He does?
He does.
You like the one last kill? Because I hated that special so much. I absolutely hated it. And
was
anyway,
that a show or is that a?
That's they did a one-off special on Disney Plus, and it's just him murdering so many people and doing his
Never seen it. And there was a Punisher show on Netflix too, right?
Yes, which was pretty good. First season I liked.
I've not seen any Punisher stuff outside of him in Daredevil.
That season 2 of Daredevil with him is great. They work really well together. So I just want to read this. Microsoft has outlined their plans for handling advertising going forward with the following pillars. 1, we start with the player. Ads should create value. 2, we do not interrupt the flow of gameplay. 3, we hold ads to the same quality bar as our content. 4, we're clear about what's advertising. 5, we make sure ads fit what players expect on each platform. I hate this. I hate these 5 things that I just read so much. And we're going to get some annoying, because the ad experience on Netflix and everything is just, hey, we got this one ad. We're going to show it to you 3 times in a row.
It's very frustrating because I'm like, I understand the function of ads.
Yes,
I understand.
I get it.
That like, we run an ad business. Like we need ads for us to survive too. But I am like when I write sponsor scripts for the kill count, I'm thinking and like, not to say that there aren't ones that I half-assed, because sometimes I'm really busy and I'm like, I just need to kind of get this out. But I think back to like the ads I grew up with where I'm like, at least a lot of these felt like there was intention behind them. There was creative people who maybe this is not their dream job, but were doing this and wanted to be creative with it and made things that were like, and I put on YouTube videos sometimes of just early 2000s ads, and I'm like, these are good. Some of these are really good. The Michael Bay Got Milk ad is so good.
I will always remember the Nutrigrain ad. I don't know if you remember this one. Just people being really weird in an office and just like, maybe you want to have babies. Yeah, babies everywhere. If anyone remembers that ad. But then the other one is the man who anything he touches turns to Skittles. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, I remember that.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
and he's like, well, that's awesome. And he's like, is it? Have you been able to hold your newborn grandchild in your hands? I haven't.
I saw a Old Spice AI generated ad recently, and I'm like, you guys used to make these like extremely elaborate popular, beloved ads.
The Bruce Campbell ad is one of my favorites, where he's just walking along from one chair to the other against the longest portrait of a sailing ship ever that just keeps going. And then the guy, I'm on a horse. I'm over here. I'm what your man could be.
Yeah.
That one, there's
great.
Just, and the planning and the beauty that went into that. And that's what, that's what I want for advertising, is the care that goes into that thing.
And it kind of created this like cushion for a lot of creatives too, because I know I know people who work in stop motion animation, and the company they work for is a stop motion advertisement company. And I think about that a lot too, where I'm like, we used to have so many animated advertisements, like the Tricks ads and like so many ads were animation, and I'm like, that was a whole support network for people laid off from, or who were not able to get jobs in Disney and stuff like that. And and so many animation jobs, my girlfriend works in animation, so many animation jobs have dried up. There's so little work in animation right now. I know so many friends who have worked in animation, and the show they were on came to an end, and they've not been able to get a new one. And I don't know, I'm just like, if you're gonna do it, like put effort into this. Also, I want to feel like if I'm having to watch an ad, that other people had to put genuine thought and energy into making it. If I'm watching an ad and it's this like half-assed bullshit, or even worse, it's AI generated, and I'm like, okay, so no one had, like, I'm being forced to watch this, and no one was forced to actually put effort into making this, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. There was some campaign ad or something of some guy that they ran like 3 times in a row, and it's 100% all AI generated. It even says at the end, like, AI elements were used for this, and it's just, him as a comic book superhero transit. I'm just like, it's some of the worst. I hate it, but I understand advertising. I get why.
Yeah.
And and that's the thing that pisses me off, is if I am paying for a service, there should be no ads. And that's where it's like the Netflix $8 tier. You pay $8, but then you also have ads. If I'm not paying for something, Tubi, 100%. I am behind Tubi, because Tubi is like, you don't pay us. We got ads. That's it. You want to watch it? Great. Moving on. That's it. That's how it used to be. And now I don't want to pay and also have ads. And you got to pay extra to get the premium to not have ads.
You remember the Kevin Butler ads? Like the PlayStation 3 era ads, where it was like, I'm the vice president. Like, he was like a fake vice president of PlayStation, and every ad, he was the vice president of a different thing. And the structure of it was,
now I see. Now those I just pulled up a picture of him. Yeah.
Those were so good, to the point that they brought him out on an E3 stage because people loved those ads. And I'm like, you could be doing this. You could be generating genuine love in your brand.
There's a 40-minute compilation of every one of his ads, sir. You can watch 40 minutes of Kevin Butler.
There's some good ones in there.
All right, we're moving on to Konami. Wants you to know how serious it is about Silent Hill. Multiple games are in the work, and they explain exactly why. We want money.
They want money, but it is...
sometimes I read like article titles and just look at them, and I just want the article to actually just be like, will we be able to do this thing? And it's just, no. That's it. And just moving on. I'm like, you clickbait bastards. You got me. So over the past few years, we've seen a revival of the franchise. We had the Silent Hill 2 remake, which then Silent Hill F, and now we're getting Townfall in just about a month. And they're doing Bloober Team is also doing the original game, Silent Hill remake, which I'm excited for, since that one and F are the only ones that I played in this franchise. I really want to play Silent Hill 2, but it keeps losing in the polls for Patreon. And I'm like, all right, Alan Wake it is.
I'm excited for you to do Alan Wake.
I'm excited to do it too. I'm hoping I can start that next week. Play a little bit of that, at least for a couple hours. Anyway, so they have multiple companies working. This is basically what they were doing with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was a game every year. They're like, we want a game every year, which oversaturates a bit.
It does. I'm concerned about the output that they want. Even Townfall to Silent Hill F feels a little too close together. We're going to get into talking about the actual Silent Hill Townfall
Yes.
previews that are out right now, which sound quite promising. So I'm not saying this to mean like the game isn't going to be good, but simply to mean that I worry, to your point, it is going to be a little bit like, oh, didn't Silent Hill just happen? I'm like, I think the ideal is every 2 years. I think that's
I think so.
the
'Cause
range games should be hitting
there
if you can make that happen.
there also there are so many games and there's only so
Yes.
much time that each of us can do that you're like, well, I can start this one and then another one's come out and then I've got to jump over to this one. And
And
I
it's
feel
like,
like I want to take a vacation and not see my family, but just sit in my room and just play all the games that have been
I will
piling
say
up.
I will say that this is different a little bit from the sounds of it compared to Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
because Assassin's Creed was a lot of like, and Call of Duty did the same thing, and I think still does the same thing,
Yes.
where it's like they have 2 or 3 studios and it bounces between those 2 or 3 studios. I think Assassin's Creed also suffers from the fact that it is a Ubisoft game that kind of so fundamentally slots into the Ubisoft formula of games,
Mm-hmm.
especially back then, where it's like not just, oh, there's another Assassin's Creed, it's also like there's another Far Cry, and Far Cry also kind of is like Assassin's Creed. Like the way you interact with the world map and
The
everything is
map, here's all
very,
the icons. There's 1,000
yes.
icons to go collect and do. And it's just each one is more overwhelming that it's like, yeah, you got
Yeah.
another one. And each game's going to take you 100 hours to do. And I'm like, I
And
can't,
they
I
also
don't.
started doing a new, not even one Assassin's Creed per year. They started doing 2 Assassin's Creeds per year, where it was like an assassin. Did you not know that? There was a little
I didn't know
window
there
of
was
time.
two. Was it like the
There was a
side
little window
scroller
of
they
time.
did at the same
No,
time?
there was a window of time where they were like, I think it was between the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 like transition, where they were like, we want an Assassin's Creed for the old consoles, but we want one for the new consoles,
Oh,
and we don't want
God.
to make them have to. We don't want to pare down the new console, so we'll release one game that is a PS3 game and one game that is a PS4 game,
Oh,
plus
yeah, you're
Xbox and
right.
everything.
Rogue and Unity released in
Yep,
the.
and they were very broken.
Yeah.
Um, and then Assassin's Creed was dead for a little while, and then
That
yeah, it's
basically is what broke them. And then it went 2 years, and then 1 year, then 2 years again, then 3 years, and now we are 2 years to Shadows. Mirage. I didn't even remember what Mirage was. Where was Mirage
Mirage.
set?
Is
I
that
don't
like a
remember.
spin-off one? It sounds familiar.
Yeah, because Shadows is the one in. Is that the one in Japan?
Oh yeah. I
that's
forgot
that's
about
that's the
Mirage.
problem. Because I played Origins, which I liked. Oh yeah, I
I mean, I
forgot
think
about Mirage entirely.
I think what we're also seeing that's quite different with Silent Hill is,
Yeah.
and like again, the previews talk about this, is Townfall is a first-person game. It is a
Mm-hmm.
first-person game developed by a first-person studio. It is set in Scotland. It is made by a Scottish studio, in the same way that Silent Hill F is set in Japan and written by someone from Japan. It kind of seems more like they're handing over this IP
Yeah.
as a like an umbrella to
Yes.
studios and developers to play with as they see fit.
A little bit like the Evil Dead movies, kind of where they're like, "Hey, you're a fun director. We're gonna give you an Evil
Yeah.
Dead movie, so you get kind of a little more into the mainstream and just do what you feel like doing within it." Whereas, yeah, obviously Silent Hill F added more Souls-like kind of mechanics to the gameplay a little bit,
Hmm.
and completely different location. It's not. This one also isn't in Silent Hill either, so this one is in a town called, there's a big sign for it. What is it? It is Saint Amelia. So it's a whole other thing. And this one's first person. So it's
This
going
one's
to
first
the
person.
Resident Evil, 7 kind of feel for it.
So so it feels less like that thing that I think Assassin's Creed suffered from, where
It's the same game over and
like
over again.
it's the same game over and over, and one developer is the one that has like the right to actually change things, and then the other developers are kind of just working off of the pre-existing
Mm-hmm.
engine with a new coat of paint. And not to say that like you can tell a good story in a pre-existing engine, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but this does feel like, at least so far, they are being given a lot more room to do what they want to do and just kind of put the Silent Hill umbrella over it. Again, I do still very much worry that this will oversaturate over time, but we ain't there yet.
I forgot about Silent Hill Ascension, as the article says. Do you remember Silent Hill Ascension?
I remember hearing about it.
I didn't watch it, and part of me actually wants to do something with it for the channel because it's supposed to be one of the worst thing. It's like I don't know if it was interactive TV series or something like.
It's a video game.
Yeah, but it's more of a show.
Interesting.
Interactive
horror television series set in the universe of the Silent Hill video game franchise.
And I hear that it is awful. And I literally, the first Reddit search result is Silent Hill Ascension is a heaping pile of garbage fire on top of an Indian burial ground.
Jesus.
And he's like, even the stuff that's good is terrible. It's like, great. So part of me is very curious to figure out something that we can maybe do with that Silent Hill Ascension. Just to witness something so terrible. So Silent Hill Townfall slated to release this September, and it's done by Screenburn, a Scottish studio behind Stories Untold and Observation. Do you know either of those games?
I do not know either of those games. It definitely sounds like they're much smaller. Silent Hill Townfall is a big step up for them in terms of just like scope. But
yeah, it says they've never really handled a project like this before, so.
Yeah. But we have these previews from Light Disgusting, we have one from GameSpot, and they both seem quite positive about what this game is going to be.
It's shaping up to be an evolutionary moment for the franchise. Played 3 hours of Silent Hill Townfall. I'm certain that this is... Oh, wow. Okay, so coming off of the Silent Hill F, the biggest departure from the 27-year-old series. Wow, 27 years they've been around. Nice job, Silent Hill. And it is plopping it in Scotland in 1990. So it is a period piece set in the 90s in Scotland. Cool. Mechanically and thematically different from the franchise's usual tropes, but it does have the fog. Always got to have the fog.
I have never played any Silent Hill game, so I'm kind of curious to play like this and Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2 and see like those
I can't
comparisons.
mute this audio.
Power.
Hold on.
Speed. Performance.
I got to play 3 hours of Silent.
Stop talk. There's no mute. Sorry, I couldn't mute the audio. It was talking over you. But I just wanted to see if there was some visuals that I could play while I was going. He's in a house here. And so the first Silent Hill first person was PT. PT was first person, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's like that was a very small contained thing.
Yes.
It was, but it was, if you take it as the Silent Hill teaser that it was meant to be, that would have been the first person Silent Hill.
Yeah. I mean, it works. It's really good. I mean, when Resident Evil switched to that, it definitely brings the terror back in it. And that's why I, definitely played as, not Ash. Oh my God. Grace. Jesus Christ. I had Ashley in my head going, Leon.
It's Grace Ashcroft, right?
Grace Ashcroft. That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Her sections were absolutely terrifying in Requiem. I loved them so much. So the CRTV, the game's standout feature and tool, is a handheld TV and FM AM radio. So it's kind of like the radio in the original Silent Hill that you will look through and see things that you don't normally see. But it's fun. It's like one of those little handheld TVs.
I saw them in another article talking about they are a studio that's only worked in first person, so that was part of the reasoning for wanting to do first person. But they were also just like, for this mechanic, there's no real way to do it in third person without putting up some kind of like HUD, and they didn't want to do that. They wanted it to be first person. You were looking at this radio and screen in front of you. You feel completely in this universe.
Yeah, kind of. The TV looks a little bit like a Game Boy. I love it. Which then that reminds me of the little device you have in the guitar game Don't Fret that we played. Yeah.
Yes. No, I also had that thought.
Yeah. It looks beautiful. So 100%, I will be playing this on stream come September 24th. Silent Hill Townfall. All right, so let's switch on over here. We got a couple quick hits. Steam demo available for psychological horror title Thorner. Oh, I hate this image. Jesus. It's like Attack on Titan smile. Oof.
It does have a little bit of Attack on Titan to it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Thorner demo features 10 to 15 minutes of terror, dread, and suspense with 3 possible endings based on your psychometrics. The full game will expand upon this, with the ending you receive being based on the choices you make. All right, another choice-based game. Right on time. This is Snoring Dog Games. Made this one. You are Colin Sneed, a military veteran, haunted by your time in the service. You flee to the Scottish wilderness, attempting to leave your past behind. However, you will find the spilled blood is not easily forgiven, and you are not alone. The land knows what you did. The land judges everything. Let's see some visuals. Yep. Oh, horrifying visuals. Yep. It looks very visual novel style.
Yeah, that was what I was getting looking
That's what
at
I'm
it.
looking at the thing. So demo is out now. Check out
Cool.
Thorner. I will add that to my demos.
Sounds like the demo is like a 10 to 15 minute long demo. So
Perfect.
I don't think there's much to it. Konami is coming to PAX West with the Silent Hill Townfall that we've been talking about, of course, but also with Castlevania and Metal Gear. 2 of those are horror.
But who else is coming to PAX West?
We are.
Yay!
Yeah.
2 of us will be at
I think we
PAX
talked about
West. I hope someone from the chat will be there because I'd love to meet you in real life.
Yeah.
If you're
We'll be
able
at
to
PAX
make it to
West. We should
Seattle.
be there the whole time. I don't know. We have multiple things we're doing. I don't know what specific days those
Yes,
things
we don't know
are
the
on.
days yet.
There will be a panel. There will be a meet and greet. There will be a third thing.
September 4th
Come hang
to the
out.
7th. We'll be there, and we'll be on the floor as well, so you'll be able to just probably see us and say hello. And like some folks, was it Mario or Sunshine Galaxy that saw us in Montreal, but didn't get to say hi to us?
Yes.
Sorry about that, man.
I saw Ben and Zorn outside of the Basilica.
Yes, that's where we were just hanging out. Just hanging out by a Basilica.
PAX West is in Seattle.
Yes, Seattle, September 4th to September 7th. All right, so yeah, check it out. They're going to be there with big stuff. I'm excited. Metal Gear Solid Collection, Silent Hill Townfall. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
All right, and then what's coming out this week, sir? We've got...
Not a ton.
We've got Grain Rot, which is a fantastic name and a really fun photo. Let's see if I can play this in the background. Oh, shush. Best Buy ad. Shush, I say, while that's playing. A horror co-op extraction builder set in a scorched wasteland where everything burns. Descend with your friends into shifting ruins, rip out furniture, and scavenge for loot before the corrupted close in. Make it back alive, then rebuild the outpost to better your chances for the next run. Oh, so you're like a robot? The design looks great. Robots that get souls that go from one to the next. So an extraction shooter, which I really have not been, because I know Marathon is an extraction shooter, and it's like a risk reward thing where if you die, you lose all your stuff.
Yeah,
that kind of.
I've not played an extraction shooter, but I've seen friend of the show Moises Tavares play it, and because I thought extraction shooter meant like you're going in and trying to like get somebody out.
Yes, that's what I think.
It's not that.
Or we need to be extracted. It's being like you have to survive for a certain amount of time, and then you're extracted.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. It is you go in. It's not you have to survive for a certain amount of time, but it's like you go in. There's resources and stuff to do, and you're trying to get all those things, and then you have to extract yourself before you are killed or the time runs out.
So
if you're killed,
you gather things, and whatever you make it out with, you keep, and then that you can use.
Yeah, and you will
lose your equipped gear if you die.
Yeah, and at least in Marathon, I'm assuming this is the case for most extraction shooters. It is not like it's not like Fortnite where it's like you die and you're out of that round. You can drop back in, but all of the stuff you had on you has been dropped and potentially picked up by other players on the map. So you now need to go like try to get your stuff back before extracting.
Mm-hmm. All right. Grain Rot coming out
Great.
August 7th. So just a few days. We will have that. And then the other one coming out this week is Gutted Infested Crypts. Oh, wow. All right.
Sounds
Yep.
like a new
We've got
Crypt
some
Keeper.
kind of none with teeth.
Yep.
Horrifying none with teeth. I love it. Quiet.
IGN.
Quiet. IGN store ad. Skip. Skip. You know, when you press the skip button, it doesn't do anything. That's a really good skip button. I can't. There we go. All right. Just looking at some of this visuals there. Looks fun. Dismemberment. Yep. Shooting each of the things. Okay, cool. This is descend into infested crypts beneath a cursed cemetery in this visceral action horror first-person shooter. Fight through rotting horrors with heavy gunplay, brutal dismemberment, and only a dying flashlight between you and darkness. All right, and this is done by Slamaway Games, developed and published. Coming out the 17th. So that is not this week, but a little later this month. It'll be coming out, so check out Gutted Infested Crypts. I like the design of the creepy thing on the cover. All right, some more first-person shooting and hacking and slashing and tentacles. Oh, good. Murder the tentacles. And
Doodlebot,
then
I've not, heard of Coming Home, but I'm looking at it now.
there's something called Coming Home?
It's not coming out right now, but
Okay.
they were asking if we'd heard of it. I'm just noting.
Okay, please
I'm
note.
noting for future.
There you go. That brings us to all of our news for today, aside from Dead Meat. Ben, what's happening on the channel?
On the channel, the Dead Meat podcast is coming out tomorrow, I think. I doubt it'll be pushed to Thursday. It's always possible, but it's supposed to be coming out tomorrow. It is the final episode that is James A. Janice and James Gressel as the host.
Double James.
Double James. It also has me playing the producer Gressel role, which is also the role I play on What We Play in the Shadows.
Mhm.
So if you are just like, man, I need more Ben, that's your last chance on the Dead Meat podcast. And they're playing a game where basically James asks Gressel what horror franchise stuff he knows and has him try to like figure out, what do you think this franchise is about, and where do you think it goes, and how many movies do you think are in the franchise? And it's interesting because like Gressel has like a growing knowledge of horror, but he definitely is not super tapped into it.
Yeah.
And James is trying to choose franchises that are like, you know, not the most obvious. So I recommend checking that out. And then Thursday, you're streaming Signalis.
Yeah, we've had a lot of requests
Thursday.
for Signalis. So
We have.
Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, I will be doing Signalis. I know very little about it, just that it's kind of sci-fi survival horror, but isometric. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things. Really good reviews on it. Oh, and there's someone in chat who wants to see Barry.
Yeah, I will get back to it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that stream? Do you know anything about this game?
I watched a little bit of it. I didn't see any of the darkness happen. I was like,
No, I had a very Doki Doki Literature Club experience where I got to the end of my stream and I was like, I'm sure it's here somewhere.
Okay, that's why I just popped in for a little watch and I was like, okay, so it's just berries and vacuums and all right, cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for you to check out Signalis though. Signalis has been on my list for a long time. I think for people who have not heard of it, I think it is probably one of the like most acclaimed indie horror games that Zorn will have played on stream at this point.
Okay.
I don't.
There's a lot of Rat Shaker acclaim.
I mean, Rat Shaker is a game that has some popularity. Don't get me wrong. I guess did you play Mouthwashing on stream? Was that a stream game?
No, that was not on stream. That was before we were doing streams. Yeah.
I feel like Signalis is kind of on par with Mouthwashing in terms of like popularity.
Mm-hmm. You sound
anyway
good at Mouthwashing on stream. No.
And
I don't
then
remember my life.
On Friday, we have the From Beyond Kill Count hosted by James. It'll be uncensored in terms of violence, so you know, have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's the week. Also, it is the last week of the merch pre-orders for our Creep merch and our Dead Meat Horror Awards plush rib, if you will. So if you are interested in checking any of those out, please do. I worked hard on those because I do all of our merchandise. So a purchase of merch is a support of me.
Yeah.
Um,
Where's the Dead Meat
yeah.
Games merch, dude? Where's the Dead Meat Games merch?
I can only do so much. We've been around for a month.
It's not I want it.
Everyone, look.
At the very least, I want a Bixby shirt.
Everyone wants a bunch of like silly merch drops or like, oh, this thing and this thing and this thing. But I'm like, we're working with our merch partners who understand how to do merchandise better than I do. And their recommendation is like a smaller amount of drops. So you're not just, and I support that to a degree too, because I'm like, it's not just overwhelming our audience with like a million goddamn things. Because I don't know,
not Assassin's Creed.
We're not Assassin's Creed, and we're not what Silent Hill might become. So many, I feel like YouTube companies make merchandise that is, and maybe less so now, but definitely like when I was a big YouTube watcher, and it's just like a bunch of kind of generic crap, I feel like. And I don't want to be doing that. I want things that feel inspired. That's why I made Dead Meat Video, and that's why I don't know. I want things that are like cool things to wear that you like actually want to wear, and not just a thing that is like an in joke that you maybe buy and then look at in your closet and are like, I'm not gonna wear this today. Because I've bought those shirts. I've been that person. I don't want to do that to people. This is my rant.
But we just have a shirt. This is a shirt, not pants? Or KTSD?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I can get you a key. I can. Here's what I can do for you. I can start figuring out what a Dead Meat Games drop would be.
Yes.
And it can include a KTSD keychain.
That would be amazing. A KTSD keychain, I think, would be absolutely lovely. My holy grail is, of course, if we ever do U2s, I just want a U2s. That's all I want. That's all I want, is to be a U2s, and then my life will be complete. Yep, see, Michael's right in there in chat. KTSD keychain when? Mason, you're always harping on the Turbo Kid. You love Turbo Kid so much. I don't think Turbo Kid's not horror.
I did do the Dead Meat Video windbreaker. I'm glad you like it, Wolf Killer.
I love all the Dead Meat Video stuff. It's beautiful. Everything you've done, Ben, is lovely. It is wonderful. I'm just trying to figure out what I need to have if I ever have a booth. If I ever have a booth, like, what am I selling?
I'll start figuring out what... I mean, even like James and Chelsea, when they do booth sales, especially lately, they generally don't bring clothing merch. They bring like prints.
That's fair. Their biggest seller, I feel, is just the Dead Meat logo on a shirt.
Oh yeah, because like that has popularity and people like to buy it. And like I could definitely do a Dead Meat Games logo shirt, and I probably will at some point. I know, but
not chats we need to have on the stream. But
no.
But we are. Cool. Well, that's going to wrap up our damage report for this week. We'll be back in 2 weeks to find out what other horror news is there. I hope to see some of you at the Signalis stream, 2 p.m. on Thursday, Pacific time. And until then, I'm going to look for a button that says end stream, and then I'm going to click it.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Yeah, we made $5.